25 minutes now to go to 8 o'clock, so we turn our attention to a young man who we've all seen. He has written books on books, Adrian this and Adrian that and Adrian the third. But I'm coming to that. But would you believe he's sitting across from me right now? His name is Mario Herbert, but we know him now as King Sink. Mario, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Pearson, and good morning, Barbados.
Good to meet you in person.
Yes.
It took these years for you to walk in here and come and sit across from me.
Yes.
That's all right. So how's it been?
It has been kind of hectic in terms of just having different projects that are always going, but I would say it has been fun.
How is it managing all of these different projects that you have balls thrown in the air all the time and you're juggling beautifully? Yeah. How is it for you?
It is essential to have a roadmap. So at any point in time, I can always tell you this month, this year, this is what I'm going to be launching.
Really?
If I don't do that, things don't get launched because it's harder to pace.
Yes.
So having a roadmap, you always know, okay, I have to start working up on this now so that this is finished and able to launch this month, and it helps you pace. So a roadmap.
So that roadmap, do you build that roadmap the year before for the coming year, or do you do it, how do you do it? At what times?
Well, no, that roadmap is done a couple years.
Oh.
A couple years ahead. So when I first met you with the first book, I already had like book 4 and 6 were already mapped in, and I already had the album was already mapped in.
Really?
That I would launch that after I launched the books.
So you already now here today, the 15th of January, you're clear in your mind what you will be doing on December the 15th.
On December the 15th.
You don't have to tell me just a yes or no. Yeah?
Yes, I do.
You're clear in that strategy?
Yes, I do.
Wow. And that works for you?
Yes, it definitely does.
I mean, we all have plans. We all have an idea of the things we would like to do. But to be so definite in saying, you know what, in March, this I need to accomplish, and to settle to do so, I think we waver as we go, but it works for you.
Well, I will say this. I have found in life there are lots of us that are very efficient and very productive on our jobs because someone else creates order.
Right.
And says, this is what I want delivered this date. And then we come home to push our own projects, and somehow we can't quite be that
organized as we were then.
But it is really that you have to create the order. And in lots of cases, we are not accustomed creating our own order. We are kind of used to somebody else ordering us. You know.
That's an interesting perspective, my friend. So, Mario, talk to me about this new, you said album, and getting this all together. Rhythms of the Times.
Rhymes,
Pearson.
Rhymes for the Times.
For the Times.
Yes.
That's the name of the album that you've put together. What's it about?
Okay, so there are lots of people that would tell you that we live in trying times. You know, they would point to things they think are worse now. And what I have put together, I have some rhymes that kind of help to get you through times that might not be the most favorable times, right? But it is really about hope, and you actually being able to have hope regardless of what is happening around you. It is not so much what is happening around you, but it is who you are going through it with.
And so in your rhymes for the times, who are you going through it with?
Right. So we are going through it with God, you know. So it it would be classified as Christian rap, right? Where it is really saying you have a relationship with Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter what is happening around you. Your peace, your joy, it is not hinged upon the external conditions. It is hinged upon what is happening internally, right?
So there's a lot of reflection, so to speak.
Yes.
So you take the time to form that relationship with Jesus, and he guides you through it all. So your rap attempts to bring peace to those who listen to it. And then there's the name King Sink.
Yes.
What does that mean? How did you stumble upon this name?
Well, it did take me a couple years to come up with it, but you know, I would say that rap generally is a very self-aggrandizing genre.
Yes, yes.
And the name King Sink keeps me grounded. Is a constant reminder that even though I am one person that is here on your set, King Sink is not a solo act. It is a duo.
Oh,
it
in
is
sync with.
Right, in sync with the king. So it's a constant reminder for me that it is never me trying to come up with what I think is going to be entertaining.
Right.
But always starts with what is it I think God would like to have said? And then I make that entertaining so that it's really this intertwined walk with God that you are always getting in every song, every album.
So how do you stop yourself from taking over? God says, but I will do it this way instead. Do you find yourself sometimes with that challenge?
I am going to say not really, because...
Oh, lucky you are.
Well, because, truth be told, I in terms of what I do musically, I can't do it outside of God. I am the least likely person to be doing this.
Why do you say that?
Well, I got this calling from all back in school, where I just felt this strong pull. I need to rap, but I wasn't somebody that was into music, and I wasn't into rap. So it's not that I liked this genre and I said I would like to do it. I kind of got this call to do something that I wasn't even in and I didn't know anything about. So it's like, honestly speaking, I would sit down and play back the music I have done, and I sit down and I marvel that I actually made this, because the product that I end up with is, you know, to hear that product and hear what I started with, it is always mind-blowing, but it is just the inspiration God gives. So I would never tell you that I am this big musician, but through just relying upon God, I am able to not only write lyrics, but to compose the actual music, record, mix, and even shoot and edit the music videos also, and it is just God.
Right.
So I honestly don't even try to tell myself I could do this myself.
Yes, yes.
You know.
Well, let's take a look at this video produced by King Sink. And what's the name of the song?
Rhymes for the Times.
Rhymes
Yeah.
for the Times.
Rhymes for the times.
These are the rhymes for the times that we're in today. We're in the prime of the signs that are on display. These bars and lines are so sublime because of what they say. You can shine if you know the way.
Rhymes for the
This jam is original, original, it slams cause it's rhythmical. Fam, and it's lyrical. And if you hear it full, can be esoterically fused with the biblical news that's so pivotal to crews and individuals. We can all use the little hope in our lives today. Once you got to lose, you know it's dope, so just let it play. Coming with good news, you can cope whatever comes your way. Let God introduce you to a hope that the one can slay. Days seem invincible, but problems are fixable. Financial to medical, God is invincible. Might inexplicable, that's unequivocal. This hope is available with scope unconditional. These are the rhymes for the times that we're in today. We're in the prime of the signs that are on display. These bars and lines are so sublime because of what they say. You can shine if you know the way. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life that's needed for these times. And I have to say this in the book, preceded by divine anointing. You can play this for the youth who need it for our times. These are the rhymes for the times. Moping or miserable, my God is the pinnacle of hope. So invincible is hope, is unsinkable. Maybe you're a cynical or sway analytical. You may say it's typical, cliche, or that is mythical. You can doubt the Bible, but you can't doubt experience of proving my survival lies in God. It makes perfect sense. Now I've seen my rivals come to failure and recompense. God has brought revival to my soul and I'm off the fence. Let's get clinical, we set eyes on the physical, but you can bet the principle. Reality is spiritual, mentality critical for hope to become visible. Fathom the unthinkable, my God, He is so integral. These are the rhymes for the times that we're in today. We're in the prime of the signs that are on display. These bars and lines are so sublime because of what they say. You can shine if you know the way. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life that's needed for these times. And I have to say this in the book, preceded by divine anointing. You can play this for the youth who need it for our times. These are the rhymes for the times. It's permissible, I have this additional verse that's Levitical, rehearsed to the syllable. God's the original, power of political, tower of medicinal, shower so hospitable. It doesn't matter who you are right now or what you've done. God says your laughter can be greater than your previous run. Forget the chatter from the haters, He's already won. Darkness will scatter when Creator God unveils His Son. His love immeasurable from us, inseparable. Plus it's preferable, relationships so pleasurable. It's undeniable, He is reliable. His principles are viable, linkable, applicable. These are the rhymes for the times that we're in today. We're in the prime of the signs that are on display. These bars and lines are so sublime because of what they say. You can shine if you know the way. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life that's needed for these times. And I have to say this in the book, preceded by divine anointing. You can play this for the youth who need it for our times. These are the rhymes for the times.
And it's catchy. King Sing, well done.
Thank
Who's
you.
worked on this production with you?
Wow, it was my wife and I really. The singer for the background vocal, her name is Cherish Ramsey, right? And mastered at Future Records.
Well done, well done. I'm dared still to call you Mario. Mario, well done.
Yes,
King Sink
exactly.
is his performance rapping name. He's a rapper, King Sink.
Yes.
It's religious rapping, so it's not the offensive type that sometimes you would hear. I think you're so creative, and I don't know, again, where you find the time to have all this in your head pouring out, but you have a plan which you work to, and you do it very, very well, Mario. All the very best to you going forward, and thank you for, again, inciting something positive for all of us to engage. And it's good for the children as well, because I can hear them chanting along as they go rapping along with you, and it's easy and catchy. Well done.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Please, thank you.
You're welcome. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.